You already know what it is, man. We're back with another episode of The Hype Cave. Mr. Hype here. Listen, man, I got a Jersey artist with me.
Yeah.
Tell her your name, my guy.
My name Apressure, King Slizzy. You already know.
Okay, what part of Jersey?
Yo, you know what? I'm about to just start just saying Jersey for real. I don't really like the town shit. There'd be too much separation. But I'm from Paterson though, but I'm just like Jersey, you hear me?
Okay. Speaking of like separation, like, you know, with Jersey and all that, I be feeling like, I said this on a few episodes with a few dudes that came over who did the episodes from Jersey, how it feels like we like 2, maybe even 3 different states. You know what I'm saying? Me, I was born in Trenton.
Yeah.
Then I moved down like South Jersey.
Yeah, shout out to Trenton.
I try to like, I always say like Jersey, you know, South Jersey.
Yeah.
But it feels like North Jersey is like a thing where I've heard people say, oh yeah, y'all Philly. You know what I'm saying? But then you get people from South Jersey and they be like, oh, y'all New York.
Yeah, New York, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't you feel like the separation, man? I don't like that. That kind of be like, I feel like it's 2 different worlds, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I feel like it definitely is. I mean, people make it out to be, right? I feel like the more you grow, you realize, you know, just how small Jersey really is. And then it's kind of like, you know, we Jersey. Yeah. Like we Jersey, we separated amongst ourselves. But the moment you go to Atlanta, they ain't asking you north or south. Where you from? I'm from Jersey.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you from Jersey? You know what I mean? So I think it's just like a regional thing. Like the further you get away from Jersey, you just really rep Jersey.
Now, do you think it's starting to change as far as like, I'm gonna be honest, just, you know, doing the mixtapes, I come from like the DVD era and all that. I used to come across certain people and they used to kind of almost be like, yo, y'all kind of like in the sticks. They look at South Jersey almost like, yo, South Jersey got Camden, they got places that, yo, like it's anywhere. I don't look at it, I don't judge off of like almost like some people say, you could be from the burbs, but you could be solid. That don't mean you can't get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Sure. You feel me? So it just depends. Like I look at it like I don't go off always like where you from, man. It's the character, you know what I mean?
So me, I was blessed with a cursed situation, right? So I was in prison for a while. So being in prison for a while, I actually was in prison with a lot of people from all over Jersey. So I say that to say, I know a solid dudes from everywhere, you know what I mean? And I done bidded and chilled with, you know, people from every city, Trenton, Camden, Burlington County, Vineland, Lakewood, like everywhere, Asbury Park, you know what I mean? I done been around up and down Jersey, you know? So I don't really get into the stigma. And then when I started traveling and doing the music, I'll be like up and down the highway. I feel like if you stay somewhere, you ignorant to the fact though, you know? Yeah. A lot of people in North Jersey probably never really been to South Jersey. A lot of people in South Jersey probably never really been to North Jersey, you know what I mean? But I don't know.
Just pretty much like, just because you're from somewhere tough, that don't necessarily mean you know what I'm saying? You tough.
At all.
And there's real ones and there's suckers everywhere.
Bro, so yeah, Crawford, right? Crawford from Omaha, Nebraska.
Right.
That's Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah.
One of the toughest, you dig what I'm saying? This the pound for pound champ though. So it really don't matter where you from. You thorough wherever you from. You feel what I'm saying? That's just it. Like it ain't, you know? But I do get the image of how people live on a stigma. Like, I'm from here, so people like a proud team.
Even some of my homies that's from like North Jersey, sometimes they make jokes about me. They be like, you from Philly, man. You know what I mean? Because they be like, because I say bull, like the bull and all that. Bull, It's, you know what it is? Because like, I be around, like Philly's like close to us. They're like, you know what I mean? We like right there. So I spend a lot of time out there. So naturally, it's just some of my best friends is from Philly. You know what I'm saying? So it naturally wasn't like I'm trying to act like I still rep Jersey, but I say, yo, the bull. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then I say, yo, my guy or Neff, you know what I mean? I'm kind of like all over with it. You know what I mean?
It's regional, right? All right, look. You know, we deal with a lot of pride. You feel me? So it's like, man, we Jersey.
Yeah.
But we'll still be having slang from Philly when you from South Jersey, right? Because you really like the little brother to that area. And it's just like North Jersey. You want to be Jersey, but you'll still have a New York type of slang. You know what I mean? Harlem, things like that. Like, it's all right, man. You know, everybody gets something from somewhere. We make it our own. You feel what I'm saying?
So speaking of like, you know, you brought up Crawford and all that. I know you do fighting.
Yeah.
How'd you get into, let's get into that. Like, how'd you decide like, yo,
I'm a fight?
On? Yeah.
Put the gloves on or fight? 2 different things.
Just in general, yeah. Let's start with, just fight and then, take it.
So I've been fighting since I was a kid.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I was always like, like you got certain kids that I was a rough kid. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't, I got cousins and brothers and I'm the baby.
Okay.
So you could just imagine, I got to fight all my older brothers. You know what I mean? I got to fight all my cousins. So I was already always fighting. And then youth fouls, jail, all of that shit. I was already always like into fighting. I was good at it. The boxing came about with Gloves Up, Guns Down. I started doing a charity in the town, which was the anti-violence. Shout out to Paterson Healing. And I started trying to take a stand, saying we don't need the weapons, right? And then the opportunity was presented to me. Somebody was like, yo, they got Gloves Up, Guns Down. You could go to Cleveland, get on your first actual fight, because I was just in the gym working with the gloves. Mind you, shout out to all the boxers. It's a big difference between bare knuckle and putting the gloves on. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm still learning the science of boxing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But so I started putting the gloves on, and it was kind of like I just went into like a fucking. I could curse on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got submerged into like a whole underground world. You seen Fight Club?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that shit been for me. You dig what I'm saying? Like most people do amateurs, headgear, shit like that. I got straight into 10-ounce gloves, no headgear. We going hard. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I started traveling around. So I went to DC. I fought in Jersey. Man, I done did it all. Man, I went to Ohio. I fought somebody from Houston. Shit, I even did some backyard shit, bro. You seen that backyard shit I did? I called the trainer out the comments into the backyard. Yeah, somebody was talking crazy. I'm like, fuck it, we gonna, just for the wreck. You feel what I'm saying? Like, word up. So I started kind of going on like that. You know what I mean? My last fight, though, was the Gilly and Wallow shit. And that was the first loss I ever took and shit. Like, as an adult.
It's like when you said, like, when you were young, how you used to just fight, with your brothers.
Yeah.
Me and my brother, it reminds me, we didn't have gloves. We used to put on winter gloves. Yeah. And just fight in my grandma's kitchen. That was our spot, man. We used to we done got our ass whipped so many times for like just back in the day we was young. Yeah. Throwing winter gloves, my cousins come through. Or mittens. Yeah. Like the winter mittens, and we'd be in there just fighting.
Just getting busy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That shit give you a whole respect as a man, man.
And you gas, because a lot of, like, I know for just boxing, like people think, I go fight. This is a lot different from actually fighting in a real fight. For 2-3 minutes, you know what I mean? And imagine people going 12 rounds. That's a lot.
Bruh, these guys don't understand. I be trying to tell them, right? It's different from fighting from the couch and fighting in the ring. You watching the fight from the couch, you watching it, you ain't understanding, you in front of the punches. The punches look different on the side, right? You can see the arm, but when them punches coming at you is, split second. You gassed out, your adrenaline kicking in. You know what I mean? You in front of 3,000 people. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. So, you know what I mean? Fighting in general. But when you fighting like in a Coliseum, you start feeling like you in like one of them rolling Coliseums. Like,
you get like the nerves walking out and all that?
Oh, man, your
stomach being knots. You ever feel like sick?
Look at this, right? So, my last fight was the biggest crowd I ever fought in front of.
That's the Gilly and Wallow joint.
That's the Gilly and Wallow joint, right? And what's crazy is I wasn't really nervous for that. I was really just exhausted for that fight. You know what I mean? Like, I was more so just tired already. Like, I was kind of like, damn, I ain't want to fight, but I had to fight. I wanted it to be over. The most nervous fight I ever had was going into Cleveland. Cleveland is a tough city. You hear me?
Yeah, with the crowd cursing at you.
Bro, the crowd going for my opponent. They telling him knock my mustache off. Yo, listen,
that's great.
Bro, listen, right? They came out bumping the Chief Keef. You know that we gonna blow New Jersey up, right? I'm like, oh, they violating me. So it's like I'm really in here amongst like just the jeers. Like they damn near ready to throw shit at me, right? Yeah. And that was the most nervous feeling. I literally went to the bathroom, right? I'm like, bro, I gotta take a shit. Like, I had to take a shit, you feel me? Like, stretch in the bathroom, like, yo, I gotta dig in and dog this nigga, you feel me? Yeah. So, boom, but I performed, though. I ended up stopping them second round, but I swear that was the most nervous I ever was, bro. Damn. And it was the crowd, and it was only probably maybe like 120 people in there.
Do you ever feel like, you said you were nervous and all that?
Yeah.
So going back to your last fight, you said you took your first loss, right?
Yeah.
How did you feel as far as your pride, your ego, your you know, like sometimes, man, that's hard to bounce. Like, you know, some people mentally,
Yeah.
do you start doubting yourself after that?
So it was how I lost. I think maybe if I lost, like, a person like beat me on some, like I couldn't deal with him or shit like that, I would have went through that. I haven't went through that. I don't want to go through that, but how I lost was literally like, I knew I wasn't, a 10th of my best self. So it was on some shit like, all right, boom, I got stopped. First time I ever got stopped. But it was like, I was already so tired, I was damn near ready to just get it over with. You know what I mean? So leaving the fight after the loss, it was more so like, I just want the rematch. Like, if I lose at my best, then maybe it's like,
come with the game.
Maybe it'll come with like, all right, I gotta reevaluate some shit. But I never look at it like self-doubt. You know what I mean? Like, fighting is a skill. Everything is an attribute, you know? And sometimes it'll be on your best days, your worst days. I done fought the same guy 4 times, right? There's no lie. This is my cousin, Pookie. I done fought Pookie 4 times, right? And I was maybe in 5th grade at the time. The first 3 times I fought him, I whooped his ass, right? And then we fought one time in the parking lot. And I don't know what got in him that day, but he was fucking me up. You hear me? And so it's really just like, you know how the person is, like, and you know what I mean? So me fighting so much, I kind of understand, like, losses come with this shit. I really don't really sweat it that much. You know what I mean?
Now, how'd you like react to, like, of course,
the social media and shit like
and all that? Did you have to feel like, yo, I gotta get offline? Did that bother you?
Nah, it was more so like, y'all never been through this, right? Mentally, I know from all the shit I've been through that the people that talk usually never been through this. You know what I mean? And that's just anywhere. I'm so used to, like I said, fighting in front of people or just being on the stage, on the spotlight with the music and shit like that. You gonna get criticized. So it's like, you build a thick skin. You have to have one. You know what I mean? You standing on a podium to be judged at the end of the day. Like, yo, here, this is my talent. You ain't gonna get all cheers. You feel me?
You gotta take the boos with the claps,
You gotta take the boos with the claps. You gotta take the wins with the L's. So thank God that I performed enough, been through enough to where, like, it built my skin up. You know what I mean? Only people I was really worried about was, like, my family members. Because I didn't want them to go through people trolling them. Like, oh, a lot of people had faith in me. You know what I mean? They done seen me fight before and shit like that. So I didn't want them to go through it. Like, my girl and friends that was getting calls like, yeah, what happened with your man? I was more so worried about them. With me, it was like, man, I get 100 comments from 100 guys that never jumped in the ring.
Yeah.
I can't really take them for
Especially
nothing more than that,
bro. The internet.
You know what I mean?
Everybody, like, is a boxing critic or just a critic in general with, like, sports. There's people on there criticizing, like, pro boxers, like, he's a bum. I'm like, yo, he just lost.
I swear to God, right? And I'm glad you said that, Paul. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all good.
Shadaza Green, right? She commented on my post, pro boxer, commented on my post about me losing. And then she ended up losing. And then, like, I just was like, when I first seen it, I'm like, damn, like, wow, why was she from the town? So then, like, karma kind of came back, and I'm like, and I seen her lose, and I'm like,
is that old girl that just lost?
That just got stopped and got stretchered out.
That she had the internal bleeding or something. Yeah. That
and
was crazy.
I swear, she was under the Gillian Wallow post. You feel what I'm saying?
Damn, and she was, that was like a big upset. Like, she was the favorite to win.
That was supposed to be just a tune-up fight.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be a walkthrough for her to go fight
Clarissa. Right? Because Clarissa was online. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy. She from Jersey?
She from Paterson. She from my hometown.
That's wild.
I swear, yo, look, when I'm so
when she was clowning you, like, was just like,
bro, yeah, it was crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Instead of just being like, yo, shit happens. You feel me? Like, as a professional fighter, you lose. You know what I mean? Shit happens. Da 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 da. Like, it was more so like what the hell? Like, we should have had somebody else up here. You feel me? Like, on some, and I'm like, I see it. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's when I lost, it was like maybe 10,000 comments. So, you recognize the ones of people who, like a professional, you kind of expected to be like, yeah, damn, you know what I mean? So then when it happened to her, I'm like, shit. I'm like, I ain't even reach out to her. I'm just like, it's kind of like karma, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of to play that.
But at least you wasn't like, you could have been petty and be like, under the comments and all that. That's what some people would do.
Yeah, for sure. For me, though, it was really, like, corny because it's on some shit like, y'all done fought so much that I understand what come with this. You know what I mean? Yeah. You could be the better fighter and just have a bad day. unfortunately, in fighting and basketball, I can have a bag, 3/4 and turn it off in the fourth. You know what I mean? And fighting, you having a bad day, you might not make it to the second round.
Exactly,
you dig what I'm
Take
saying?
One shot and you done it.
Yeah, there is no warm up with this shit. So that's the whole difference. You know what I mean? Between fighting, boxing, and other sports. You know what I mean? So
let me ask you this: would you do like, I don't know if you're familiar with Kimbo Slice?
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Would you ever like entertain something like that or nah?
Bare knuckle?
Like the bare knuckle. You said they got the BKFC championship.
This is what I'm saying. So I was doing bare knuckle technically the whole time. You feel what I'm saying? Like every time I fought, whether it was like when I was in GU or when I was, on the street, it was just bare knuckle. I literally just started putting the gloves on, bro.
So for the right bag, you would do some bare knuckle shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the right bag or for the wrong reason. I just knocked the guy out at the that was LA parking lot, LA Fitness parking lot. That was bare knuckle, you know what I mean? That was just him. that was just him kind of like just not leaving me alone. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What,
he was like a musclehead?
Nah, he was an MMA guy, bro. You heard? Like he felt like boxing. Like I don't know.
You know what? I seen it, yo.
Yeah.
It was online, right?
Yeah, bro. And I swear,
video.
I done jumped into a war that I didn't even know I was a part of, right? There's a war, underlying war going on between boxing and MMA.
Yeah.
Right? MMA guys think they could beat every boxer. Boxers think they could beat MMA, right? I started boxing. Bro, I don't have a dog in either fight, but I done became a boxer. Just so happened I'm in the gym and I'm like doing boxing. He like, yeah, I do MMA though. And I'm like, oh, all right, cool. I'm unaware of the little rift that's going on. And I done became a whole part of a war. Next thing I know, he just pressing me like.
He's following you in the parking lot?
Bro, he was talking shit to me online, DMing me, popping, he like, we could do it without the gloves. And I'm like, yo, come on, man. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo. And the dude smarter than me, bro. You dig what I'm saying? Like, he could kick. I don't know how to kick. So
right.
The video y'all seen is not the whole video. The guy kicked me like 4 fucking times in my leg before
So this was you was walking out the gym where y'all was like, let's go outside type of shit?
Bro, I'm in a rec area. LA Fitness got their rec area, right? So I do my little routine, shadow boxing, whatever. He was in there training somebody else. So we end up working together, right? The guy, he was training me, we worked together. Then he just interjected himself, like, hey, let's get some work in. He put the gloves on. He ain't like how it turned out with the gloves on. He like, take the gloves off. Some pride shit. I'm like, man, I'm like, bro, you got it. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't scared of you or nothing, but bro, I'm not here to, you feel me? Yeah. This shit about to turn into something else.
He wanted his get back. He was like, hell no, I can't take this.
You know what I mean? He like with the kicks and the wrestling, this, that's fighting or whatever. I'm like, cool and shit, da. So I leaves from LA Fitness, man. His man posted a video, I reposted, he DMs me about the repost. Why you post this? If this was, MMA, he'll fuck me up, telling me take the video down, shit like that. And I took the video down, bro. I blocked.
Probably still online though.
Well, now it's on. The knockout is online.
Yeah.
That was the second video. Yeah. The video in the LA Fitness, I took that off the.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, the knockout, fuck that. After that, you already pursued me. So now it's like, that shit's staying up there now.
Right. So were you plan on like going with, with the boxing thing? I know you're not, obviously you're not like, they say boxing. There's a few boxers that have started late. Like Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, certain
people. Do you plan on like how far do you want to go with it, or you just pretty much where the chips fall?
Honestly, bro, I feel like after this fight right here, I'll probably just get more into like building a league of my own. You know what I mean? Giving the platforms for other boxers and things like that. Like, I got a lot of light from fighting. This was never my dream. You feel me? But I do like it though. Okay. You know what I mean? I'm already a disciplined person. I already, I don't smoke and I run and hit the gym on a regular basis. I love it. I love learning. And I'm like, I'm like immune to the violence. So it ain't like a thing where, some people get nervous, right? Some people can't really, they'll train all day, but they'll never spar. You dig what I'm saying? And I get in there, win, lose, or draw. You know what I mean? There's been times where I get in sparring and had the best ability I can and go in there and get my ass kicked. You feel what I'm saying? It's just, but I love the process. So I really don't know, I was saying maybe this fight right here, after I go ahead and get this dub, this might be like, all right, cool, I got the get back.
Boy, you just lost to.
Yeah, the rematch, yeah.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel like you had to change your game plan? Like, obviously without giving your game plan, but like,
you
feel like you switched a lot of things up, or?
Nah, I definitely feel like I learned over the process. Now I'm learning more. You know what I mean? But I feel like the fight would have been different had I would have just been, you know, energized and well rested. You feel what I'm saying? I was coming off 2 days, no sleep, no food. You know, my daughter autistic, so sleep is like hard to get in the house. You know what I mean? And that with the moment, it was a lot. Like everything could go wrong that day, kind of went wrong that day.
So you know why you know you're saying you had certain things that you weren't 100%.
Yeah.
I respect that, because like I try to look at it from, you know, when you don't know, people might just be like, man, just excuses. But it really be situations, even with pro boxers, where Manny Pacquiao, again, I still think Floyd would have got him, but he really had to get shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
But he said he went on with the fight.
Yeah,
because he was like, listen,
warriors, we warriors.
Yeah, he was like, you know
like,
what? The money was too crazy.
Yeah.
Everything was riding on it. And they were saying, like, previously before that fight, they said that he can get a shot. Yeah. And then like a couple of days before that, they were like, oh, nah, it's not legal here. Yeah. So he was just like, I was like, I can't back out now. The time is now. You gotta,
I'm here, you know going in there.
I mean, he probably would have still lost, but it was probably a legit excuse, like, yo, like my shoulder, you know what I mean? Yeah. But the fans gonna be like,
fans don't want to hear that. You know what's crazy? Listen, right? And one of the boxers told me this. Shout out to my man, 147 Slick, because I did go through certain shit when I lost that fight that was mentally draining for me. You dig what I'm saying? Which is a explanation point, right? Where you trying to explain to people, but they really don't want to hear it. Yeah. Even if it's the truth, it's like, yo, like, I was literally tired, right? It's videos of me trying to sleep upstairs, like trying to get a nap, right? I'm fucking, before the fight, I done drank a C4 and then crashed off the C4. Like, this is all documented. My opponent seen this shit, you feel me? Like, it's not like something I'm like, I was tired as hell. I was telling everybody all day, Gilly, I mean, I'm tired. I ain't get no sleep, you feel what I'm saying? And
they don't want to hear that, but you threw the gloves on.
But exactly, but the fans, they only see, like I said, it's 2 shows, right? The backstage and then the actual show. They only seen you walk out of there. They don't know what's going on with you. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
you could be going through like some real life, a death in your family, or something crazy,
and
they're like, nah, man.
That's it.
He's just making excuses. I'm like,
yeah, the most heartless people in the Coliseum is the fans, man. You know what I mean? It ain't the fighters. We out there at the end of the day, like, it's a gentleman's sport. I know I'm there to hurt you. You know you're there to hurt me. But there is no hard feelings outside of this shit. The fans, they just want blood. Kill him, like, or some shit like that.
They want a knockout.
Like, yeah, like, kill him, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, but it's
I was just interviewing somebody the other day, shout to Ak. He's like the top commentator for boxing, the Zone. You probably see, he got the show with him, Ak and Barack.
Yeah.
They work for the Zone and all that, you know what I mean? So he did an interview with me, and we were talking about, like, people just don't really understand, like, you know, like a lot of stuff that does, you know, like go behind the scenes with like boxing, you know what I mean? And even with like people be having legitimate reasons for certain stuff or certain losses, but it's just nobody really wants to hear that, you know what I mean?
Nah,
when you're,
man.
you know.
People, you know, but at the end of the day, I look at it like this, like, you know, as long as I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's kind of like where I had to really sit at. It's like, all right, I can't keep explaining myself. You know what I mean? Like, you want to believe it or you don't want to believe it. I'm wasting my time sitting here trying to get you to believe it, right? Because you really don't believe it already. So it's like, as long as I know. And then when I know, it's like, all right, I just want the rematch. Why? Because I know I wasn't my best self. You know what I mean? So I'm confident in my best self. I'm confident that if I'm here, I'm well rested, I got the tools to win. That's it. You know what I mean? So it was just, for me, it was as simple as, yo, you want the rematch? Like, you know what I mean?
Now, let's just say, you know, not to jinx you or nothing.
Yeah.
Are you prepared? Like, let's say, obviously you never prepared, but if you was to take another L to him, like, how would you, do you feel like, yo, I gotta, you know, run it back again for the 3rd time? Or you would, I guess it just depends on how you lose.
Hey, listen, man, sometimes, man, there's bridges we just can't cross. You dig what I'm saying? We gotta just go around, like, you know, you ever heard the saying, like, you can't beat the world.
Yeah.
All right, yo, I got like 70-something fights under my belt. I ran into the one person I probably couldn't beat. Don't make me any less of a person, you feel what I'm saying? Just I ran into the one I couldn't beat. I don't think that's this situation. You know what I mean? But if that come out to be the turnout, as long as I'm my full self, I can accept that shit. As long as I know I left it all out there and I was healthy and able to like showcase my skills, I'm good with that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
You know how some
like,
people
cool.
like, they say when Devin Haney, when he fought Ryan
Garcia,
the first time, right? They said he was gonna, like after that, I think it's just fight after that, he was like a little gun shy.
Yeah.
They was like, yo, he was kind of doing a lot of dancing. They was like, yo, because they were saying like he could have, it took him now when he beat Brian Norman, I was like, okay, seemed like he back. But that fight after, he seemed like he was a little bit more
gunshot.
hesitant, like,
scared to get hit from
you know what I mean? Because he probably had
his chin yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that might play in your case?
Hell no.
Nah. Okay.
Bro, I look for the contact, bro. He sparred with me, I'll punch me hard. You hear me? Like I look for the contact. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like I know that day, right? When you fatigue and to the point where you tired, you like delirious, a pluck will put you to sleep. You think what I'm saying? Like bro was throwing punches I couldn't see already. You feel me? So I'm good. Like I'm all right. You know what I mean?
So do you think, talking about the music and the boxing, by you losing, do you feel like at some point it was gonna, like, I don't know if this crossed your mind, do you feel like it was gonna like affect how people look at you with the music? Because people kind of always wanna, your real life, they want it to be like, if you rap in street and you know what I mean, they almost feel like you're untouchable in a sense. You know what I mean? They'd be like, yo, this is the dude that lost. You know what I mean? Do you feel like that kind of could have affected your music, or you feel like it just helped you get your name out there? You know what I mean?
Y'all honestly don't know. Like, it's perception.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? So I can't tell you. It's gonna be people that probably look at me like, out of all of the rappers I see, he fight. I hear niggas talking. I really see him on that, right?
Yeah.
He done fought
a lot of rappers
times,
I'm telling you, a lot of rappers don't want to do that because they feel like, damn, yo, I ain't gonna go out here and get nothing.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? I mean? So, and it's probably people watching like, nah, man, he the rapper that lost, as if like, rappers is like superheroes or whatever the case. I don't, like I said, I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? I do want the people to observe me for, being thorough. This shit ain't about winning and losing with me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, of course I come in here to win, but the person that only fight if he feel like he could win, you really ain't taking no chance. You know what I mean? Like a coward, fight everybody that he could beat. You only can show me heart when you like, it's a challenge. Like David and Goliath is talked about because Goliath was the unbeaten. You feel what I'm saying? Like you didn't think he could win. So your heart and your victory was what, makes you legendary. Like,
is there anybody like, any celebrity? Cause you know how they do like the celebrity matches and all that. Yeah. Was there any celebrity out there, Jake Pauls or anybody that you would throw the gloves on, or you would like be like, yo, I mean?
Listen, I'll throw the gloves on with anybody.
Okay.
Mike Tyson in his prime, Kimbo Slice, like you know what I mean? I feel like I got it, so I don't really stray away from the challenge. Like I said, you know what I mean? I done put in a lot of pain with this shit,
This is a little crazy right here. So, would you entertain this? Is so like boxing, right? You box. Yeah. You said you would do the bare knuckle.
Yeah, for sure.
What about that shit like for the right bag? I think it's crazy, the slap fest shit. You ever see like the people get knocked out with the slap shit? You wouldn't do that for the right bag?
I wouldn't do that. That shit is I'm not doing that.
250 right now, you want to jump in there to do the slap fest? 250 bands?
Nah. Only reason why is because like you get to freely slap the shit out of me. You know what I mean? Like I know.
You gotta be a different person.
Yeah, like you gotta be like you signing up to get the shit slapped out you.
And people really getting like, I knew you getting smacked somebody and obviously it'll hurt.
Yeah.
But the way these people getting smacked, I'm like, that shit, like, a lot of it like looks like it could hurt more than a punch.
For sure.
Like you know what I mean? Because they got they shit like, and I seeing more and more people doing it. At first I'm like, this shit is really becoming
a big thing.
Like a big, I'm like, yo, this shit really took off.
You gotta think, like, so they taking shots, even if it's open hand, right? They taking shots straight to the face. Like it ain't, like this is like a full double, like you ain't got no guard up. You know what I mean? Like the most, your hands is you grabbing something and you just biting down. And then your opponent, they can't launch into it, but they could get all the force with your punch from your hips. So it's
in
like
boxing, you could roll and all
you know
that.
what I mean? Yeah, like I ain't down to just be getting socked around. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm seeing more and more people. I see there was a wrestler that just did it from WWE. And he just won. You know, it was crazy. Like he rocked somebody's shit off of that. You know what I mean?
If I could go first.
But you better make sure you...
Only if I could go first.
You better knock them out.
Only if I could go, listen, if I could go first, I'm with that shit. If I can't go first, I ain't with that shit. Word up.
Nah,
I ain't with that shit. If I could go first, though...
$500,000, bro, cash, duffel bag.
If I could go first.
Yeah, okay.
I'm smacking the shit out you, yeah. If I can't go first... I don't know, bro.
Because I think Dana White is behind that.
Yeah, Dana White, you know Dana White a businessman. He gonna get behind.
Yo, Dana, holla at him, yo. He said if he could go first,
if I could go first,
you got 500 cash, you know what I mean? Apressure.
Yeah, I'll slap the shit out of a nigga for 500. You know what I mean? Word up, I'll slap the shit out of a nigga for 500. I don't think somebody getting up off that. I'm gonna put my whole back into that. Hip anything. Like I gotta turn this one over. 500? Yeah, I ain't trying to let nobody slap me. We gotta get him out of there.
Real quick before we switch gears in the music, I seen a few months back. I know, we were talking about like Clarissa Shields.
For sure.
Her name got brought up in this interview. Yeah. We all know she's probably the best
female,
if not the top. You know what I mean? Whatever.
For sure.
Would you go in the ring with a female boxer? The only reason asking you this is because she was getting some flack with like Rolly.
Yep.
And I think she called her Rolly. She said Keith Thurman's name at one point. Yeah. And Thurman was like, I would, at first he was like, nah, but he's like, man, I would have to wear he said the gloves would be different. I think she would have to wear headgear.
Yeah.
And then he said like, I don't know if he was joking. I think he said something about maybe like putting his arm behind his back or something like that.
Yeah, he was
like, but he was like, obviously it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Because she was, it was a time. Even she said recently like she would beat Rolly.
Yeah.
And Rolly kind of like, man, I ain't really
entertaining that.
You know what I mean? Would you get in a ring with like, somebody, a professional female? Or is a two-part question, do you think it's possible like she can beat like a Keith Thurman or some of these pro boxers?
I don't know, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be real with you because a man's strength and a female strength is different. Me personally, I ain't getting in there with a female, you know what I mean? Because I got nothing to win from that. Like, there's no way you can win.
If you win, they're gonna say...
If you win, you still beating on the female. Only thing, that's a lose-lose situation. I'm not setting myself up for like a... If I beat her, I'll beat
Clarissa
the female.
different though.
It
the
don't
right
matter.
bag. You wanna fight Clarissa for the right bag?
No. That's like a moral self-respect thing. We ain't gonna entertain that. Because it's like, getting in there is like, you know what I mean? It don't even make sense at that point. You know, like for her to push that narrative, I understand it, right? Because if she lose, she really not losing. She lost to a man. Cool, they gonna, sympathetic. This is the difference between, regardless of the playing field we try to put people on, is you're still a woman at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And look, like I said, Shadeja just lost, right? There was no memes about her, no one clowning her. It was a lot of send flowers, I hope she okay. You're a woman at the end of the day.
And that's a female hitting her. So imagine like, you talk about man strength. Keith Thurman could really do some damage to a female. He'll hurt a professional male boxer.
Yeah.
I give her really,
Yeah, I definitely give her the kudos though, Clarissa for being that tough. Cause I know she'll get in there.
She's a dog for
with
real.
Whoever.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Kudos to her. But for me, I wouldn't sign up for that. I wouldn't want to watch it neither. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want to watch it neither. I think that she feel like she running out of opponents. You know what I mean? Like she fighting everybody. There is the fight. She about to fight the girl from I believe the UK next. Yeah. She supposed to be a dog, but I got Clarissa wearing that too. So she might be the greatest of all time, man. You know what's so hard? It's so hard to appreciate somebody while they doing the thing they do. Like we only appreciate people when they either die or they retire. You dig what I'm saying? Like
even with the rap, with music, because they see like, dead rappers get better promotion.
Dead rap, and it's this.
Kiss, who said that? Kiss.
Yeah.
I think Kiss said that in one of his bars.
You might be dead in the ocean, but you know what they say, dead rappers get better promotion. Yeah. And it's crazy because it's like, honestly, it's a sad thing though, Like in other genres, right? They honor their musicians. You dig what I'm saying? Like Kiss, things like that. They go on tour for, you love it.
Now when you plus 30, they be like, man, you older.
You old as a rapper,
You still trying to rap?
Yo, listen. rap is not all about just, you know, shaking your ass and showing some money and shit like that, right? So the game of hip hop has changed to where like the new generation came in and the new things you look for and sounds. But you know, rap used to be a teacher to a lot of us. You know what I mean? I learned a lot of things from rap music that I probably wouldn't have, you know, had any other way. You hear rappers talk about certain stuff, and you're like, what's that? They put you on new stuff. They teach you about how the game is and who this, and you feel what I'm saying? And rap now, the storyline is missing. You know? The storyline right now more so about what chaos you going through right now, the negativity that's entertaining. Back then, the
drill rap and all that,
you know what I mean? Back then, the storyline was more so about, you giving me the story. Like me following your words. Yo, I've been through this. I grew up very athletic, hard-headed, thought I knew everything, wanted to do everything. I was spoiled, you stubborn, the only child. The only thing I could do was hold it down. Like, that was like, oh, all right, this what he went through. I could relate to that, right?
Nah, that's a fact.
Now it's like, yo, they killed such and such. They killed such and such. You know what I mean? Like, T-Roy got hit, Block got, like, this the new storyline. The new storyline is, we beefing last week. We talking about it now. You know what I mean? People like Pac gave us Brenda Had a Baby. You know what I mean? And
keep your head up.
Yeah, right. Keep your head up, right? Inspirational music that was still hard, but we learning from it. You learning about the events that transpire. You learning about it.
Even
right?
with the female rap, like the female, you know, rappers now, you see how a lot of them, what the message they're sending back in the day was, you know, shout to Queen Latifah, Jersey. UNITY, man. She was like, it was a whole different.
Lauryn Hill was one of the, like, come on, like, care for me. Said you be there for me. Like, she telling you, like, you said you would die for me. Like, why you don't live for me? Like, giving you, like, that kind of, you know what I mean? And yeah, now, you know, it's like, pop that pussy on an app, pop that, but you know what I mean? You know how it is, you know?
Find you a man who got money, or find you a baller instead of find you a good man that's gonna take care of you when you're old, that's gonna be there when you're sick or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's none of that, yo. You know, you got a few though. There's a couple of them that's like in through the cracks a little bit, that's squeezing through the cracks, but.
Life is like for sale right now. Like, this is what we put on. Like you could buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I noticed that in some of your ciphers that you've done, and some of your verses, like you be dropping like Jim, and I could tell you kind of like influenced by like Kiss and certain rappers.
For sure, for sure. Kiss, Pac, like I listen to a lot of, you know, older rappers, even R&B, like just, you know, the old R&B, like they used to give us storylines about situations and shit like that. Everything was about learning
like the
from
90s
somebody
R&B's,
else. Yeah,
you know, like the Boyz II Men and stuff like that.
I love Boyz II Men, man. Okay. You know what I mean? Joe, like people like that, like just
Joe's my guy.
Yeah.
Joe, you know Brian McKnight. They don't have, and that's another thing. Like even when you're talking about the hip hop, the R&B ain't the same, because R&B singers, a lot of them want to be like the rappers. Yeah,
for sure.
Now you can't be in love.
Yeah.
Before, Boyz II Men would tell you, you know, I'm down on bending knees.
Yeah.
Jagged edge, let's get married.
Everything,
you know what I'm saying?
This is what I'm saying. Everything has shifted, right, to a more like destructive way of living, you know? Like building a family, that ain't the cool thing no more.
Nah.
You know? I want to have all the hoes. I only love you for the night. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm out of here. Like having a wife, having a family, that shit used to be it back in the day. You know what I mean? But
so in your music, you feel like you're trying to bring that back? As far as like, you know.
I mean, in my music, I just give you me. So the way I live is the way I rap. You know what I mean? So do I pop my shit? Yeah, because I pop my shit in real life. But do I preach, you know, like fighting and not guns and shit like that? That's the shit I rap about. That's also the stuff I live, though. You know what I mean?
So speaking of your ciphers and all that you've been doing, I see a lot of them been going viral. How did that even come about? Like you just rapping and just people just sharing it organically?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I see you had, was it Rick Ross? Was it Rick Ross, Tony Ayo?
Yeah, a couple people comment on the last cipher, the Slick Talk cipher.
Okay.
And I actually, shout out to my man Goods. I appreciate the opportunity. So I actually met Goods in the gym. You know what I mean? And he came to Bodyworks. And shout out to my boy Scola. Bitch, I'd rather die, Birdman. You know, you watch the workout guys. So my boy Scola, he came to Bodyworks, good dude. We locked in, we knew each other from social media, and then we finally met. And then one time he like, yo, just come through, have a workout with us. And Goods the Animal came through and we met and we started following each other. He seen that I rap or whatever. He just reached out like, yo, I'm having a cypher. You know what I mean? Come pull up, like, you know.
Killed it.
That's it.
It's crazy sense.
Yeah, I put the work in, man. That's like one of me. I think that's like maybe my 8th freestyle right now that kind of went viral.
And I noticed you got like a big social media presence.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
Like,
So
you got a lot of followers and all that.
Bro, my first viral freestyle, I was in an Adidas tracksuit, right? And I was just rapping about jail, right? Like why it ain't good like I'm like, if you the leader of the gang, just know they come for the head. No jurisdiction when it come to the feds. You out here flashing rollies, buying foreign, should have saved in the stead. You know them lawyers ain't gonna move without bread. Or like collecting is dead. You thought them niggas that owe you that spread, give a fuck if they name in the red, you confined to a bag. It's your money, but you still gotta beg. You done fronted them an arm and a leg, right? So I was just rapping about basically a situation I was in, you know what I mean? And like a third person talking to myself. Like, you think these niggas gonna pay you? Cause I got, 10,000 in this bitch in credit. And now people ain't answering the phone. So it's like me just giving that spill like that.
Nah, that's dope, man.
And Meek ended up reposting that one.
Nah, that's fire.
And then
shout out to Meek, man. Like, you know what's dope about you? A lot of stuff happens organic. When it happens organic, it's like it's more genuine. Yeah. It just feels right than something that's forced. Yeah. Like, even with this, what we sitting at now, man.
For sure.
This is all organic, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Down to like my brother, the cameraman. Yeah. Anybody else that's been involved. Like when I had Fox 29 here, everything was just organic. Yeah. Bro. And the internet is powerful because that's how they really call
it. It feels so good, bro. Yeah. It feels so good. The fact that you could put your energy out there and it just gravitate the people to you. You know what I mean? Because I know for a fact that marketing, they spend a lot of money behind people, just to get like the same kind of traction, right? So, like I said, I thank God every day for everything. Certain things I don't have to question, Like certain people question themselves when it come to music and stuff like that. I never got to question myself. Like I know music for me. And it's like,
I'm a firm believer, when something's for you,
it's fruitful,
you, bro. It's just, God already got everything lined up, man. You know what I mean? Like with this, I was doing the DVDs, the mixtapes. I was doing shows, like showcases for artists. And that all kind of like, I was been a diehard like boxing fan, Eagles fan, like wrestling. It's all like came together, you know what I'm saying? And I just felt like, even when I was doing the music, I was working at Walmart. I was working at Walmart as a cashier with my mixtapes and my DVDs.
Ain't nothing wrong with having a job.
That's a lot of people too, though. We gotta tell the people, it ain't nothing wrong.
I got a job. Listen, man, let me say this real quick. There's nothing wrong with having a job. There is not one lane I gotta live in. You know what I mean? We are complicated creatures. I could work, chase my dream, have a hobby, a goal, a soft investment, a hard investment. Like, it's the world.
And let's be real, there's people that hustle. I don't knock nobody's hustle, right? But there's people that work 9 to 5s that's getting better than some of the people that hustle.
For sure.
Because not everybody's even meant to be a hustler.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta realize, exactly. Like,
it ain't for everybody. The streets ain't for everybody.
Bro, being an entrepreneur ain't for everybody. You know what I mean?
It's okay to be a worker. People knock the worker. So you might not be a boss, but you know what? Be a worker, man. It's cool.
What's the goal at the end of the day? You know what I mean?
Gotta get money, provide, man. You think your kids are gonna be like, like they gotta have food in their stomachs, clothes on their backs, bro. They don't wanna hear nothing else, bro. As they get older, man, you gotta provide for what's yours.
Everybody wanna be the captain on the ship. The ship could be the biggest yacht. We could be eating lobster and shrimp and eating good, right?
You still be on the boat.
Yeah.
What Bean said, I ain't the captain on the yacht.
But I'm on the boat. I might be the one cleaning the decks, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got a part on the ship, though. I play a part here. I don't got to be the captain. I don't got to be the biggest man out here. I'm on the boat.
Man, look, when this whole thing came about and I reached out, to my guys that's working with me, I said, listen, bro, I tell my, shout out to Red Pen Media, I tell them all the time, like we would bring them, yo, the show's it's coming together good. He said, your show one time. I said, no, our show.
Yeah.
It's our show.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? There's no like, I and team, bro.
Yeah,
I'm a team player, bro. You know what I mean? That's how I always feel like. That's how you get blessed, man. You gotta have people, good, solid people around you, even if it's just you and one other person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody needs help and hand something, you know what I mean?
This is a fact, man. And you know, you get blessed to have a team, and you gotta kind of like show them the extra gratitude sometimes, because I feel like if you don't, you know, some of us get caught up in the I thing, right? And you see that happen a lot, where it's like I. But when you fall, you need a team. Because I would be the only person there, right? And the shit get lonely. You know they say it's lonely at the top? Man, it's lonely at the bottom. You hear me? Like when you hit ground zero, right? That's one thing I went through with this loss that it showed me. Like I swear, like God never, everything happened for a reason. All right? And being humbled is probably some of the best things that I could go through, because I learned my biggest lessons in the humility. Yo, when I fell down, even though I felt like I was myself, the people around me and how I'm talking about so much, I never knew this many people even knew, right? Turn on me and you just start, damn, the room ain't as crowded as I thought it was.
Yeah, that's when you know who's really there for
exactly.
you.
Like it ain't really this many people here. Like it's about, it was 10, 20 people calling me every day. Hey, the day of the fight, maybe I had like 70 calls. 80 calls the day of the fight, different people. After I lost, maybe like 5.
Don't let something pop off with you, you know, something take off, whether it's music or fighting or whatever.
Yeah.
And calls them come back.
Oh, nah, but this the thing though, right? Them calls start coming back now. You know what I mean? See, they thought the loss was like the finish. You know what I mean? It was just a bump in the road. Like, God continued to bless me, right? I took that loss, I got the rematch. All right. Right after that, we went viral for the freestyle. So I'm still winning.
Get back.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, he lost and everything over. Nah, I'm still winning, right? I got people renting out. You know Shannon Brooks?
Yeah. Let's go, champ.
Yeah, let's go, champ. He reached out to me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He followed me now. He reached out to me. I see what you're doing, champ. I'm giving my motivation, but he also see that I'm fighting.
Shout out to Shannon Briggs, man.
Yeah, we both be like champ, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
So a lot came from it, you know? But sometimes you gotta just let the dust settle. But people are scattered real quick. And I feel like when they scatter, it's your job to keep them there. Like, you chose to move 50 feet away, stay there. When stuff start, don't try to
come back.
Step, because I'm seeing that, right? People that ain't called me right away, now that, you know, stay over there. You thought it was over for me, right? It's no love lost, but now I know where you had me at. Because I had you next to me. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I had a lot of people next to me. You know, my heart was big like that. Like, here, like, we in this, win, lose, or draw. And then when I lost, it's like, phew. As I grow, as a man, you start to realize, like, certain things about yourself. I'm really a historian. Like, and I never knew it, right? But once I find something, like, I try to just get into the origin of it. And I found that out with hip hop. And that's how I knew, like, the Busy Bees, because I'm young, right? But I realized the Busy Bees, the first rap battle, right? And how they used to battle, where it wasn't just us dissing each other, but it was more so who could rock the crowd better. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like before they start pinning us against each other, that was the right way to battle, right? Like, at the end of the day, let's just rock the crowd. Like, there's no dissing us when it's, my song got him jumping, yours got him going crazy, right? But it's no me degrading you or putting you down to do that.
Even with you said, like, you know, you used to battle back in the day, it wasn't as now somebody wanted to diss you and they'll go online, they'll be like, yo, let me see what his ex-girlfriend name. They want to know every detail about you, you know what I mean? And it's like, back then it was like, if you were nice, I was nice, just bring your raps.
Yeah, let me tell you something, right? And this is crazy, because I recently, after the boxing thing, I got into, I want to say, my first rap battle. All right? And I swear, bro, this like, I'm like, you know, like I said, I'm a historian, right? So I'm keeping it clean. I'm using certain facts and you know what I mean? But I'm really just lyrical it's a battle, right? Yo, this guy, he started just, like, they forget knowing who, they'll make up a lie about you, degrade their dude, like, they'll just turn into the no moral value, you know what I mean? And it's like, I seen it, right? With the Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing, you know what I mean? And they like, they just pedophile, like I'm talking about shit that's hard to come back from, right? And it might not be actual proof behind it, but it's the media propaganda. But it's like, you tearing somebody down with lies, and this just is a battle. And it's like, so when I went through it, I'm just like, damn, I'm like, yeah, this is
It's different. Yeah,
This different. It ain't even like we'd get away from the lyricism, right? Like, and I thought that's what this was about. Like when I see people battle, I want to see like who got the best bars, who got the best setup. I don't want to hear the gossip. I don't want to hear the lies and the like.
Now it's like,
like the bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? I want to see like
this, and they even go now. It's like disrespecting the dead. And all
like
that,
just to where it should be like, all right, bro, is this rap anymore, or is this just like some other like this? You feel what I'm saying? Like you ain't even rapping at this point. Like you really saying the same word 5 times, just saying mad BS. Like you ain't. There's no articulating in this. So it's like for me, like. When Jadakiss and Beanie Siegel went at it, right? That was still arguably one of the best battles. They had they disrespectful certain lines, but it was so lyrical.
But it had the bars to back it.
Come on,
the bars
I'm about to sun Kiss like a soda. And obviously, you know I'm a Jada fan, right? He in my top 5. You know what I mean?
That battle was hard for me because I was like
torn.
Yeah, I was like, damn, Beans is talking that shit.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. That battle was hard for everybody, bro. Because you literally dealing with 2 of the same people, in the same genre that was so authentic and so real that you rocked with both of them. It was like your favorite wrestlers going at it.
Yeah.
Like when you see Stone Cold and The Rock go at it.
Yeah.
And you like, damn.
God, yeah.
Like, you mean to tell me I gotta pick a side? Like,
mine's even before that was Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels.
Come on.
You know what I mean? That shit was like, you know.
How do you pick, you know, Bret Hart with the Heartbreak Kid? You feel what I'm saying?
I took it personal because I was more of a Bret Hart guy, but I respected Shawn.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I had to like, as I got older,
yeah,
I had to let that shit go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I met Shawn Michaels at a meet and greet one time, and I was like, yo, you a legend. I got, you know, autograph and shit. But for a while,
still ain't feel right about it.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, yo. Like, Bret Hart was my guy.
Come on, how, like, yo, Bret Hart fought some of the toughest battles.
Even Biggie and Pac, bro. I was with both of them, Biggie and Pac, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was tough too, right there. You know what I mean? I was younger when that happened.
I had a different type of outlook on Tupac, because, like I said, the type of records he was making, and his connection with Jersey.
Yeah. For sure, he put Jersey rappers on.
You know what I mean? You feel me? I was like, damn, even though he was on some, you know, he was screaming West Side, but I still kind of like, he had ties to Jersey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, word up.
It was both. Real quick, let me get your top 5 rappers, man. You know?
Lil Wayne, Jadakiss. This ain't in no order.
Okay.
All right? I can't put them in order only because the way my life was set up, they each had a pivotal moment in my life.
Okay.
All right? So, Lil Wayne, Jadakiss, Tupac, DMX, and what's that, 4? Damn, I'm gonna say Cassidy, bro. Cassidy number 5.
Damn, yo, you know I'm gonna dap you up with that. You know why, yo? Because I respect that you brought up Cass, yo. Because I be feeling like, again, this is how we talk about how, and this goes with the music too.
Yeah.
Like, not everybody, but some of this young generation, they don't respect. Like, when the new generation is doing their thing, they might say, man, he washed up, move out, the old heads is in the way. You ever see like a lot, they be off that, you know what I mean?
I do.
And I feel like, damn, you gotta still embrace the people that came before you. And I feel like Cass was one of the guys that, even with battle rap, man, you can't tell me, coming up in South Jersey, Philly area, everybody wanted to rap like Cass.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, right? And it's some real stuff. Without Cass, I would have never wanted to be like take my bars to the next level. Right now, when I pop this shit, right? Let me tell you something. Let me pop my shit real fast too, right? So I go viral from a cell phone. I do millions of views from a cell phone. I know my bars like that. The people I stood up to and studied was like that, and Cass was one of them. So you gotta realize every freestyle, every time he dropped, I was that little kid that Jay-Z said, it's a little kid eating cereal somewhere right now, writing my raps. I was that. I was that to Cassidy. When I heard him come crazy, I was in the 6-7 hours. I'm young, writing a rap, scratching it out, coming up with the flyest bars I could do.
He was like, it's Cassidy, bitch, get the name clear.
Come on,
I'm what you lanes fear. I got the game scared.
Shit real.
I came by the square, sell it by the
O.
I run through snow like a reindeer.
Yeah.
Come on, yo.
That wasn't even one of his hardest ones.
But did y'all know, you know what, the Rough Riders, the compilation?
Yeah.
When he went twice.
My doghouse got a backyard.
Yo.
Yeah, that shit real. I know how bagging the whole brick feel.
And I ball like I've been in the sport. My trigger finger itching like it got genital warts.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
That nigga said I got the fiends on the block all night with rocks of the white, the size of Monopoly dice. If you're rock right, then the cannon in your rib. I make you strip naked like D'Angelo did. I handle more bread, stack more bread than you, get more head than you, cause I do shit you scared to do. Yeah, then Cass was that guy for me. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, man.
That aim for the head, that hustler, all of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like Cass was that guy for me.
You gotta appreciate our legends while they still here, man.
Yeah.
It's guys that try to erase, like, you know, history. Or even, because I hear some people say, like, yo, his styling, you know, it didn't evolve. But listen, man, he made so much of an impact. You gotta give him his flowers.
We live in a day and age, right, where these guys rather be what's trending than be what's authentic. And unfortunately for me, which I feel like my progress, although I'm getting up there, I'm not where I probably should be at, because I choose to just remain authentic. You know what I mean? So some of the shit I say might not be, like politically correct or politically in that right now. You know what I mean? But nah, Cass one of them ones. Cass and Banks coming out the same time was like
Banks, victory
like,
joint.
Come on, like, yeah. Banks was a animal. Like everything he was
He's still
doing
nice, yo.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride.
Yeah.
I come from the heart of South Side, holding it down for my niggas that died. I got a Desi, bro. Like,
shit
he
can
was
get ugly
wildin'.
than the masterpiece, nigga. Yeah.
I'm sliding through the truckers with Pradas on the chuckers, cause the hoes from spring break and college wanna fuck us. I ain't here to drop knowledge on you suckers. I sick rock wallers on you fuckers. Cops following the cuffers. Yeah, like. He was that. So
listen, man.
I grew up in that era of bars.
Definitely.
And like that's where my music at now. You know what I mean?
Nah,
I hit him in the head sometimes. Sometimes I be easy with it.
Word.
But
well, listen, man. Anything else you want to tell the people, man? What you got? What you got cooking as far as music?
I got
and your fights.
I got a new single out right now. Just dropped yesterday, called Matatang. Know what I mean? If you don't know what Matatang stand for, you probably got to go tap in with the all years or some of the, you know what I mean? But it mean the top dog, though. And I stand on being the top dog. Like, you know, the music industry outside of the glitz, the glamour, and the media marketing and shit like that, like I said, whatever's organic for me is, you know, I let God reveal it, you know what I mean? And I say that to say this. If these guys didn't have an engine and all of this shit behind them, because we doing the same numbers. So I haven't spent $1 on marketing, bro. Like I've done millions of views. I've been viral a bunch of times. Like the top artists, right? I got like 4 million on certain freestyles, like certain shit. Like, I just say that to say like, without the money behind it, like, what would the race look like? You get what I'm saying though? Like if they didn't have that, cause I don't have that, right? So if they ain't have, what would the race look like? You get what I'm saying? So, like I'm the top dog for real. Like you take away the smoke and mirrors, like I'm going viral. All I gotta do is grab a cell phone. Like I ain't got a $250,000 budget. I ain't gonna act like I do either, right? Like I'm rich. Nah, I ain't rich, you know what I mean? I'm blessed though, so I'm rich, you know? I could grab a phone.
You're rich in other ways though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, I got the Most High rocking with me, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm really rich as hell. Like as long as he granted to me, like I'm near, right? Like
people could be rich on the outside, but inside they broke. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's really.
And I'm definitely balanced there. You know what I mean? I'm definitely balanced there, and I remain there. And yeah, that's what that's why I rock at. So, new music on the way. We got Matatang. We got I actually just did a song about my daughter. It's still Autism Awareness Month, so shout out to everybody that worked with autism. The rematch supposed to be in June. We calling that the redemption. Shout out to Gillian Wallow, appreciate the opportunity.
For sure.
And shout out to Trenton, shout out to my opponent, you know what I mean? And yeah, I appreciate the opportunity from him too. You know, he ain't have to accept the rematch.
Oh, that's dope.
He did, so that show a lot of guts from him, and I appreciate it. And yeah, that's it, man. There's more to come, you know?
Instagram, all that, what you can follow you?
Apressure 185, Apressure, YouTube, TikTok, Apressure, Bandcamp, Apressure, Apple Music, everything, just Apressure.
Well, definitely, man. Listen,
Appreciate
right
you,
now
man.
we're going to get into the Blitz segment of the show.
Let's go.
We got a couple more questions for him.
Let's go.
And let's just see how this thing goes, man. It's the
I'm ready.
Blitz.
It's the Blitz.
You already know what it is, man. We are in the Blitz segment of the Hype Cave. Apressure, man. Is you ready, bro?
Yeah. You tried to throw me
Let's
off
go,
just
man.
now, as I'm
Look.
smacking him. Come on.
Let's get to it, man. Joe Budden or Ransom, lyrically?
Joe Budden.
Okay. Forgiveness or get back?
Forgiveness.
Street respect or industry respect?
Street respect.
Pain music or hustler music?
Shit. Pass. I can't choose out of that.
Oh, okay. Being feared or being respected?
Being respected. They both got his perks though.
Boxing or UFC? Like
Boxing.
MMA. Boxing.
For sure.
Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels?
Shaw. Shaw, touchdown.
The Locks or Mobb Deep?
The Locks.
You said that fast. Mobb Deep got
I'm a
classics.
D block inmate though. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a LOX
Okay.
inmate. Like I'm come on. I told you Jada was one of my favorite rappers.
Would you rather be, like, what was a bigger deal for you, you know, back in the day during that mixtape era? Being first on the DJ Clue mixtape or having Funk Flex drop a bomb on your record?
What time we talking about? They both had different times. You dig what I'm saying? If you talking about like the backstage era, DJ Clue was the biggest thing.
Yeah,
at moving at
I'm
one
thinking
point.
like when Clue was
DJ Clue.
Yeah, the mixtape era
Clue.
when he was.
Clue was really breaking people. You gotta realize Stack Bundles got lit because of Clue. Fab got lit because of Clue. Clue was really like breaking artists. The Desert Storm thing was a whole different thing. You know what I mean? Flex was definitely dropping bombs on your shit. And it was
Dream
good to be up
matchup.
there, but
Tyson in his prime or Ali?
Tyson in his prime.
Over Muhammad Ali?
I just like Tyson fighting style
Okay.
better.
Well, that's what it is, man. Listen, that was the Blitz.
That was the
Pressure,
Blitz.
man.
Yeah, I want y'all to look. It's 7-0 right now. He want to get
I'm
up.
being easy on him, too, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, come on. I was spanking him.
Tap in, y'all. The
I
Hype
was
Cave.
spanking him. You hear me? I was spanking him. What's good, though, bro?